Well, it's Sunday morning, or actually it's afternoon, but I'm down on I guess this is the waterfront, here at Potomac River. Let me show you around a little bit. See, that's what I'm seeing here. That's Georgetown, all the apartments. It's a fancy neighborhood. Down there's more office buildings, and you see the waterfront. If you could see through that screen, that's the Kennedy Center over there, and right next on the left-hand side is the Watergate. So come down. If you come to Washington, I would come down. It's nice in the summer. I remember it reminds me, my kid was skateboarding when we were in London, and he broke his arm, had to go to the hospital. And when we went to the hospital, they never asked for our name or anything. The first thing they did when you came in the hospital is fix the broken arm. After all it's done, then they take the information, and it was free. Now that's pretty good health care. Well, nothing's perfect, but certainly ours isn't even there for most of us. So that's I think the big issue. Now let me tell you about something I got now. Here, let me show you this. See this? This says, CEOs cash in on the increasing gap with workers. Well, it's really saying that workers, income is going to nowhere, and the people who own the business are going everywhere. I mean, they're just making gazillion. I mean, it's crazy. See this guy here? Okay, he works for a company, and he is the richest. He's got the highest salary in the United States. It's over like $1 billion. So that's in 1 year. He made $1 billion. I mean, wow. I mean, that's a whole government agency, and just one person. And you know what he makes money from? Government contracts. That's right, government contracts. Like most people, everybody wants a government grant. Man, if you're a freelancer, if you have a business or anything, what you want to get is a government contract, not a grant. Look at $1 billion, government contracts. That's one person making $1 billion, not his business. That's what he runs the company, and he got them all government contracts. He got $1 billion. I mean, that's incredible. But that's the kind of stuff that goes on. And you should learn about government contracts, no matter where you are, because even if you have a skill to share, see, there's two ways to get a government contract. One is by getting it directly, and there's a lot of free help. If you're a LESCO member, I'll show you all the sources in your state that will help you get government contracts, no matter who you are. It'll take some procedures, so it may take you a month. But boy, like my sister, she made $1 million out of her garage, framing material. So if you have something to service, I mean, I told you earlier, I mean, they hire massage therapists, they hire freelance priests, they hire people make pasta for them, and you can do it at home. You could work on the internet for them for free. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. But it's steady. Don't forget, everybody else in the country has to go out and earn a living. The government just prints the money. They go over there. I showed you that building earlier. It's called the Mint, and that's where the printing presses are. And they just go, they need more money, they just turn on the printer and then pay you. So that's right, getting paid, maybe it'll take a little extra time than getting cash for your thing, but you're gonna get paid because the government, it's the law, they have to pay you. And there may be bureaucratic nonsense to go through, but you learn it like everything else, and you deal with it, but it's steady and you will get paid, and that's what's neat about it. It's bigger than grants, it's bigger than anything. This guy's getting $1 billion from it, and so why aren't you? There's consultants that will help you for free figure this all out. You could take free seminars on how to sign up, or how to be a veteran-owned business, or how to be a woman-owned business and get what they call set-aside. Certain contracts are set for certain people, but that doesn't matter. I mean, that may help some of it, but the majority is for everybody. And it doesn't matter who you are. It's going through and learning the process. It's a pain in the ass, yes. It is. You're not going to make a phone call and say, oh, you look cute. We're going to give you a $50,000 grant so you could work on your kitchen table. No, that's not going to happen. But it may take, time. And you may take, you get the runaround, you go one place it doesn't work, another place it doesn't work. But that's what everything's like, getting a job, getting a date, whatever. I mean, if you're expecting easy, you can't. You might as well not play. Well, if you want to play, you may get lucky and it may be easy. But if you really want to use this stuff, it's going to probably take work. And that's the only way to make sure that you're able to use it, is put in the time. We have actually grants. There's grants in the government that give grants to you to learn how to get government contracts. You get that? They'll give you grant money to help you learn how to get other free money. Now, see, the contract money isn't free money. It's stuff you have to do, whether it's your service business or whatever, or sell your ashtrays because you make ashtrays. You want to get them in the PXs or whatever. So you have to do something. And see, that to me is even better than a grant. Why? Because you could keep doing that. A grant, you get one time, like the PPP or the EIDL, that's one-time stuff. It won't be here again. That's just one-time stuff. But a contract is over and over. It's like having an SD store. They're going to keep buying and keep buying and keep buying once you figure it out. See? And that's what, I could show you how to do. Well, you don't even need me. You could go to the local, a good place to start is your local Small Business Development Center, SBDC, and that's americassbdc.org, and tell them you want to learn how to get government contracts, because it's a process. It's different everywhere. And see, it's not only federal government, it's state government, it's local government, it's county government. You want to cut the lawn. Well, you got a lawnmower? Then you're in business, And how do you get that? You learn the process and you start applying. You don't get it at the beginning, but then you apply again and learn the process and fail and try it again. And that's the only way it's more than likely going to happen. Sure, there are other people it happens without failing, but you can't count on that. You're going to have to find, because the more you practice, it's early. Well, yeah, I could hit a home run if I go up and hit the ball. No, probably not, but maybe. But likely not. You're going to have to swing and a miss, and keep doing that. And that's the only way out of this. So if you're serious about income for a long time, you want to do internet marketing, you want to do building websites, you want to any kind of stuff, you want to do customer service. The government has more customer service than anywhere else. Who do you think answering all those phones at the SBA when your PPP loan is all screwed up? Well, there are people working at home getting a government contract to do that, because the SBA is not going to hire somebody forever, because that PPP is going to be gone and they're going to concentrate on something else next. So that's what I mean. The things are what they're going to hire people, and they hire them on a contract, and that's how you get government contracts here. And that's where they hire. They buy more of anything than anybody else in the world. Hot dogs, they sell more hot dogs than anybody else. You're making bow ties. Well, the government probably sells more bow ties than anybody else. Why? Because they have the biggest chain of department stores in America. And those department stores are called PXs. They're all over the world. You do stand-up comedy. Listen to this. You could get a government contract doing stand-up comedy. Where? On all the bases have nightclubs that hire entertainers, hire musicians. You have a band? Go get a gig at all the nightclubs that are on all the military bases. How do you do that? There are government offices that do that for you. PTAC is the is the office that gets a lot of the grants, but also who knows about that are your local small business development centers. They know about it, SBDC. So Americas, AMERICAS, then SBDC.org, okay? And they'll help you get that for free, okay? Again, be prepared to learn, be prepared to do digging, be prepared to do research. Things don't happen by themselves. They only happen by themselves if you're paying somebody a lot of money to do it. You can go on the internet and say you want to sell to the government, and somebody will charge you $10,000 and help you get a contract. You want to do that? You have money? Fine. More power to you. If you don't, you could still get that, get a $100,000 contract without spending $10,000, and that's by learning the system. It's like learning to drive a car. You want to learn how to drive a car and be able to get yourself around, or do you want to hire a chauffeur? Sure, you could hire a chauffeur, but it sounds easier in the long run, cheaper for sure, and more profitable if you learn how to drive yourself. Then if the current thing doesn't work, you have another product. Now you've learned to sell to the government. Now you have a service you could sell to other people. Other people on how to do that. It's power you accumulate by learning something. You're not lazy. You don't be lazy, because then you don't learn anything that increases your capability to survive in the United States or anywhere. If you're not willing to learn, you're not willing to. Oh, you know who's the second richest guy? The DoorDash guy, the head of DoorDash. What's DoorDash? Okay, now this guy made more money than anybody else. He made $500 million. They gave the person who running DoorDash. What's DoorDash? It's delivery. Delivery. People want to get there, don't want to go to the store, don't want to go to the restaurant with it. Delivery. That guy made so much goddamn money. But more importantly, okay, you don't want to run, well, maybe you want to start a DoorDash, you can. You could deliver people stuff for other people, okay? You could like go an area, so you will deliver anything for certain stores in the area, certain malls in the area, stuff like that. And start your own little business that. Or you go to DoorDash.com, whatever that is, and sign up. Try what that is. See it. You'll make, I don't know, $15 to $25 an hour kind of thing, and you'll learn that business. That's all you need to do. You don't need money. You don't need, well, you need a car, sometimes only a bicycle, sometimes even walking. So it depends. They want stuff delivered. Go there now and see what it's like. It costs you no money. You don't have to hire anybody to do it. You don't have to see if they, and if they say no because you look funny, try another delivery service. There's a half a dozen or more main delivery service. You don't have to have anybody in your car. DoorDash, like my kid used to use DoorDash because he didn't want to have passengers like Uber and stuff like that. He didn't want people in the car. He'd rather just deliver meals. And he could make $100 in a day doing that. That's not bad money. Sure, it's not a millionaire, but it's paying the rent, paying the gas, or whatever. And that's what our country is. Okay, you look at it. The two richest people who made the most money in America this past year were people who got government contracts and people who delivered sandwiches. Now you would think it would be Bezos or who's the guy at Facebook? No, people who deliver sandwiches and people who got government contracts. Sounds like boring goddamn businesses, doesn't it? Yeah, that's right. The Millionaire Next Door taught me a lot. That's a book that came out twice back 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's the boring stuff that makes all the money. Yeah. The other people, the big glamour people, all they get is showbiz stuff and ego and stuff like that. People are millionaires next year doing boring shit, cutting the lawn for the government and making $1 million out of it. Hey, that's not bad, is it? You just got to learn the system. And that's why the media, the glossy stuff, they're going to tell you about the real weird stuff, you know, and suck you in to clickbait, you know. But the real millionaires, and there's a million of them. By the way, I'm going to do a thing on this. The grant money for the emergency grant money, the SBA, they're going to give out, they're looking for, they've only given out like 10% of their money. They have to give out to 1 million people. They're opening up the money now to applications, so they could get like 800,000 people, it sounds like, or 900,000 people more to apply. And it's called a loan, but it's a grant. It's a $10,000 grant and a $5,000 grant. You apply for the loan, but then they give you a grant. That's a, you can't. It's complicated. Don't believe what your eyes say. Try it and see. That's the only way. Get the facts. Don't believe me. Don't believe anybody else. Like, just go to DoorDash and sign up and see if that works. If it doesn't, okay, you want to go to gig.indeed, I-N-D-E-E-D, Indeed, Michael. So gig.indeed.com, and that will show you how to sign up for gigs where you are, okay? So you want to know about all those, okay? What I meant is correct, especially for women. That's sorry, I missed that thread. My screen is so dark. I don't know why. When I get out here after a while, the screen goes dark, and I can't read stuff. Also, look at my Let's Go clothes. I'm calling wear your heart out. You see my clothes? That's why people want to wear their heart out. What I'm hoping for is that get more people to realize you have to use your heart in doing things. So you wear it out outside, because the more you use your heart, I think the better a life will be. The more you use your heart, the more you're going to find different, unique things that only work for you. In other words, if you get a date and you're dressing up and lying at people that you're a millionaire, but you're really not, you may get an instant gratification or something, but it's not going to be the long-term satisfaction. So it's your heart you have to satisfy. That is the long-term satisfaction. And that's what letsgoclothes.com is all about. It's just little tchotchke clothes, you know, t-shirts. See my running pants? And people treat me nicer, they smile at me. They don't know me from Adam, but what it does to other people is just incredible to me. It changed my life so much. I want to share that idea, or use mine or somebody else. But just also, when I dress like this too, I know I have to think different. You know, and that's what I think we have to do nowadays, is think different. The old stuff does not work anymore. Yeah, and you have to think different to survive. And so that's why I hope clothing like this will help you keep thinking differently and see opportunities other people don't see. There's no opportunity if everybody's doing it. Opportunities or no, other people aren't. Yeah, and don't spend money doing it, okay? There's too many options for you to try things without spending money. Okay, so me, I'm at letsgohelp.com, Let's Go Reports. That's where you don't have to join my service. That's $20 a month. For $5, you can get all the offices in your state that help you start a business, or all the offices in your state that get you out of debt, all the offices in your state, you know, to help you buy a house, all the offices in your state, you know, that will give you free or low-cost health care. All the offices in your state will train you for a better job. See, that's right. For $5, I could get you going, and that's what I want that to be. So you don't have to marry me for a monthly. Just bim bam, thank you, man, I'm on my way. Get you going. The government should be doing this, but I don't think they will. It gives me something to do, and I think it's important because my heart is in it. You know that. Thank you.